There you go. What's up?
Where are you?
I'm at the Blue Point 10-mile brewery run.
Okay, how do you feel?
I feel good.
What's the temperature?
Like 5 degrees.
So.
Good morning, YouTube. It's early. It's 6:43 a.m. I'm doing something today that everyone tells you not to do, something that you probably shouldn't do, and I wouldn't recommend doing, and that is I'm gonna run 10 miles at a race in a brand new shoe. And it's not just brand new to me, it's brand new to everyone. It's the new shoe, can you see that? From the brand Atreyu. Once you're out there on the course, there's no turning back, so please be nice to me. Let's get on the road and get running. Gonna run with Ariana today, get her a course PR, but the problem is that we don't even know what her PR even is on this course, so
it's not good. So
it's not good. Today it's gonna be good. It's like 20 degrees outside, and you know, just living our best lives.
Yeah, you know, living the dream.
The dream. The dream would be a bed right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'ma wake up, do bench. Join number 7, see boredom. Working all night, need more though. I'ma wake up, do bench. Join number 7, see boredom. Working all night, need more though. You feel trippy, I feel it out. Hop in my car and get it out. Secure the back, I'll get the box. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My love is take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Your squad shitty, my bros raw.
Alright, so we're 5K in. How are you feeling? Shoes feel actually really comfortable. I was worried because it doesn't have as much stack height as I'm used to, but I haven't had any problems yet. And the traction is surprisingly good for just being EVA midsole material. So we'll check back in like 6 miles.
No breaks, we go, 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 go shade, it's a no, no, no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. I'm until the board might vanish. Where the booyah is a flex. Now I'm human life from another planet. I'm until the board might vanish. Where the booyah is a flex. Now I'm human life from another planet.
Alright, so I'm back from the run, I'm back from the race. It was absolutely frigid and I have frostbite on all of my extremities, but we made it through nonetheless. So obviously you guys want to know my thoughts on this new shoe from this new brand, Atreyu. No, it's not the mosh pit, you know, heavy metal band that Atreyu is. It's a new running shoe company that I'm really excited about, and I think you guys will be too. I have obviously never ran in a shoe from this brand before because this is their only shoe and it's not even out yet, but I was worried a little bit to run 10 miles in it out of the box and kind of just go for it, and I'm honestly glad that I did because I was able to really put this shoe to the test, and I can't wait to give you my full thoughts on this shoe. Okay, so I know I normally do this in my full reviews, but I'm gonna gonna give you some of the specs that I usually leave to the full review because I think that it's important to know when a brand new running shoe is out on the market from a brand new company. This shoe has a 6mm offset. It has 21.2 millimeters in the heel and 15.5 in the forefoot. Now, the reason I bring this up is because that's a little less stack height than what I'm used to. I am a cushion queen. I love max cushion shoes. So I was worried that by the end of the run, my feet would feel a little fatigued and I'd be desiring a little more cushion underfoot, but I honestly didn't feel that at all. My foot felt protective the entire time and it felt like a really nice smooth ride. And I think I know what contributes to that. So there's a 5mm EVA sock liner in here. It gives you just enough extra cushioning to feel totally protected and comfortable on the road. As for the midsole of this shoe, it's made of a one-piece outsole grade EVA and it gets the job done. It's no frills, it's no gimmicks, it's just a nice solid piece of EVA foam and it feels great underfoot, super cush, protective, and I even felt a little response, so that's always a huge plus. I think that this midsole will give you a couple 100 miles, but of course we're gonna see in testing like how far that really goes. I'm gonna try to take this shoe to 50 miles before giving it my full review. If you turn the shoe over, you'll see that there isn't any rubber, it's just EVA, and it held up pretty well for 10 miles. There is a little bit of wear on the outside and the lateral part of my shoe, and a little bit on the medial side, but nothing too crazy. Can't really see it, but there's some little bit of fraying there. And a little bit of fraying there too, if it wants to focus. That's really it. And there's some nice flex grooves in there to kind of give your foot the ability to flex naturally and how it's supposed to, which I always appreciate. So then if we move on to the upper of this shoe, it's a breathable mesh. I didn't feel like I was slipping all over the platform. I felt pretty locked in, dialed in, and that was a huge plus for me. The heel counter of this shoe is kind of non-existent, but I actually didn't really feel like I super needed it today. If I was picking up the pace a little bit, I'm curious to see kind of how that would change if my foot would feel like it would need a little more stability. And they have a pull tab. See? Atreyu does it. The laces on this shoe are pretty standard. They're not stretchy. They're just your flat, average laces, and I like that. I don't like laces that come untied, and these certainly didn't, so I have no bad things to say about that. This is a neutral shoe for sure. It's not a stability shoe by any means. But the guys over at Atreyu Running tell me that there's a lateral and a medial internal stability weld to help lock down the foot. And I think I felt that. It's an aggressive fit, which is something that I will point out. This shoe hugs your foot. Now, again, after running for 10 miles, I had no blisters, no hot spots, no discomfort whatsoever. But it is a very aggressive fit and a little bit snug in the toe box area. So if you are looking to purchase this shoe when it comes out, then I would suggest maybe going up a half size. I could probably afford a little bit extra room, although today I didn't feel it at all. When I first put this shoe on, I thought maybe it's gonna be a little uncomfortable because I need a little bit more room in that toe box. But again, I ran 10 miles today and I felt no discomfort in that area, no problems. So it's just something to think about. If you're a person who likes a more aggressive fit and you don't need a ton of room in the toe box, then just go your standard size. But if you're somebody who wants a little bit extra room there for your toes to splay and kind of breathe a little bit, then you might want to order up a half size. And I also have a narrow foot, so that's just another thing to think about. If you have a wider foot, then you probably definitely want to order up a half size. One thing that is incredible about this shoe, and when I say incredible, I mean it, is that it is 5.6 ounces for a men's size 9 and a women's size 10.5. So this shoe that I'm holding right here is a men's size 9 and a women's 10.5, and it is 5.6 ounces. I mean, are you kidding? Usually the shoes that I talk about on this channel are a women's size 8 because that's the standard size that they use when they talk about weight specs, but no, this is a 10.5 in women's and it is 5.6 ounces. That is probably the lightest shoe that I currently own. And it feels light on your foot. You just forget about it. And it's so nice to have a shoe that you can just forget about on your foot and you don't have to work to make it feel good. It just feels good and it just works. The guys at Atreyu Running are saying that the single shoe purchase price will be $95 for this bad boy. I mean, $95? $95. You could buy 2 of these shoes for less than it costs to buy 1 pair of Nike Vaporfly Next Percents. They're also going to do something different and innovative in the running shoe game. They're going to offer a subscription as well. So you can basically get this shoe delivered at the frequency that you want. So it could be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, etc. They will just keep delivering you the shoe for a specific price point that will be announced at pre-sale. Another really cool thing that Atreyu is planning to do is they're gonna set up a return service. So once you wear out your shoe, wear it a bunch, you can send it back to Atreyu. They'll clean it, sanitize it, and send it to somebody who's in need of a pair of shoes. There's this colorway, which I think is super nice and a really fresh take on running shoes in general. I mean, there's nothing that looks like this on the market. And then they also have a nice white colorway that one of their guys is wearing in the Houston Marathon this weekend, probably right as I'm posting this video. And that's really fresh, really clean. It's a thumbs up. It's a solid looking shoe. If I were to compare this to a shoe that I've worn, I would say it's like the Fresh Foam Beacon, but better. It's sort of like the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel, but it's just a different kind of shoe, different sort of foam. Maybe the Fuel Cell Rebel is a little bit more responsive, but I would say that this has a much better fit than that shoe does. But those are the shoes that I would compare it to if you're looking for something to base your decision off of. I'm really excited to keep running in these shoes and see how they develop over time, and I wish these guys tremendous luck in their pre-order. Check out their subscription option. Check out their one-time shoe purchase if you just want to try it once, and then maybe if you like it enough, you can try the subscription. I don't know. No, it's not a major brand yet, but it can absolutely compete with those big names. And that's kind of it. Ugh. I will definitely be doing a full review of this shoe once I hit 50 miles, so don't worry, stay tuned for that, stick around, because we're gonna be putting this shoe to the test. So guys, that concludes my first run impressions of the Atreyu Running base model shoe. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, please hit that notifications bell at the bottom as well, so you can see every time I upload a new video. I have another video coming for you guys next week, but in the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time. One very sad thing that happened to me on my run today, and I don't blame the shoes for this, is I fell. Yes, I fell because I was shuffling my feet there for a second, and I frayed, I don't know if it'll focus. Oh, there you go. I frayed the top of the shoe when I tripped. So that's sad. I don't blame the shoe, but just something that I wanted to note and cry about and make fun of myself for.